ultrasound artwork.
Laura Steerman, good morning to you. It's lovely to have you here. A friend of mine who's a solicitor said that she was sold a Swizz by Ally McBeal. She thought she was going to be objecting in court all the time, and it ended up being nothing but paperwork. And she was like, oh my God. Well, how did you, this was a huge transition for you. You were corporate law.
Absolutely, from going to advising on wind farm connections to painting babies and uteruses, really.
Yeah.
It's quite different, but I liken it to kind of getting on a train. You know, you tick a box in CAO, I got the points for law. It's quite an alluring, exciting career, but like your friend said. And you become invested in it. You know, you can work on some brilliant projects. You get a job, you do your training, you study hard. And after a while, I think I kind of stopped to question, well, is this really for me? And it took a while, but I kind of jumped off the train and I took a leap of faith. Thankfully, I built up a hobby, so that gave me a bit of a safety net when I took that leap.
But can I just ask you, so you're into art, but to do what you're doing, did you always want to do that? Did somebody mention that it wasn't there, or that they'd love that to happen, and you sort of said, "Well, that's an idea. I know you were on our Boost My Business section years ago, so we helped create what's happening
today. You boosted me, yes.
You boosted the business.
Look at this. He's like, it's all down to me.
No, on Ireland AM, you got a little hand up from us.
Yeah, and I look back at the 6 years ago and kind of go, I was a real shadow of myself, I think, now. When you have a creative side, and that just isn't really being utilised in your career. Now, we all need to pay the bills, but you also do need to nurture the soul. I know it sounds corny. And I always loved arts and crafts. I mean, that was my happy place. Some people play golf, some people go to the gym.
Yeah.
That was how I relaxed. And it was during my pregnancy with my now 11-year-old, she's going to 5th class, there was some reduced movement, so I was scanned a lot, and it's a really good thing to go into your hospital if you notice a change in movements during pregnancy. And the midwives will check you out and you might receive a scan. So after hearing the news, you know, she's all right, everything is okay in there. I had this blurry black and white image that I just felt didn't do the jury justice. And I wanted to tell her story. I just took out the paints at the kitchen table and got going. And friends asked, I'm going to a baby shower. This would actually be something really different. I created a few presents for people and put it out on social media, and I got a wonderful reaction.
And that's it, kind of, because there was this space there, and people do want to remember these joyous times, but you have teamed up with there's a very poignant part to your art, and you've teamed up with Féileacáin, a charity that helps parents whose children will not make it outside the womb.
That's it. They may have lost a baby during their pregnancy or shortly after birth, and they provide support, which is so needed, I think, in all aspects of kind of your fertility, pregnancy, parenting journey. And I realised the scans tell a very different story for people who may not have received the good news that I'm so grateful that I did. Baby loss are two words that just, it's heartbreaking that they even go together, but they do. And people want to commemorate and celebrate their baby. It's a difficult topic to talk about, so a colourful painting.
And we have some of them here. So these are the ones here on this section here.
Yeah.
These are the ones of people who, as you said, didn't get the joy of having their baby.
That's it. And I work very closely with clients to pick colours, to tell their story. So you see Daisy here is beautiful daisies in her painting. Baby Robbie, his due date should be soon. And his mum got in touch. It was quite, I think, calming for her, even the lead up to that very emotional day. And he's there surrounded by his feathers, playing away with them, and a little butterfly. And we have a family portrait here. So we have Flynn, who's going into 2nd class. His brother, Jamie, sadly passed away. So he's his brother in the stars. And the boys are together on the family wall in the hall. And then there's brother Danny, who's just full of fun and life. And they've all got quite different colours. And each painting tells the story of their family.
It must be a privilege for someone to allow you into their life like that, because it's one of the most harrowing things that anyone can ever go through.
Absolutely. It's incredibly, it's one of the few more intimate things in life. One client has, she has a photograph there of, it looks like mountains as I painted them, but it's with the implantation of her embryo during the IVF process in the womb. And you're just going like, wow, the journey some people have gone through, no story is the same.
That's down the front there,
So people can talk to me in confidence, obviously, if everyone's permission to show the pieces today. And it's
Because we have the actual scan there, and there is your painting, your lovely painting beside it. And so that's it.
Alan Hughes liked to say it was, all down to Ireland AM that everything
No,
happened.
it's-
There's like come here, you got mentioned in Vogue.
yes, I think
Laura! That's pretty special, isn't it?
it is.
So they contacted you.
They did. They were running a feature on some businesses, small businesses, which is brilliant to get that boost.
Mm-hmm.
A bit like, talking to yourselves. It's incredible because we don't have huge advertising budgets. Getting word of mouth going is just absolutely means the world to a small business. And so I've been lucky to read, I've read articles about myself translated in languages in Poland, all over the world. So I feel very blessed. There's been such a support and brilliant reaction.
And it's called Quaint Baby Art.
Yes.
So where is this going to develop then? Is this going to move in worldwide for you now?
Well, I paint for clients all over the world already. I've been lucky to, in the 6 years since we were chatting, there's over 1,500 paintings I've done. And, hand on heart, no story is the same. Everybody has a different journey, whether people were separated during COVID, whether maybe there's a surrogate in another country and they're receiving the scans as an update.
And
It
when
is
they
just
send you the
incredible.
scan, do they sort of say, do they have in their mind what it'd like to look like? Like you were sort of saying with feathers or hearts or something like that. So, or do they leave it up to you?
People do both. Some people say surprise me. Or some
Okay.
people might say my nursery is this colour.
Okay.
Flynn matches his kitchen. The other will heart the home where they imagine bringing him home as a baby. Little Annie here is cupcake sprinkles inspired. She's the icing on the family cake, And it was just
That's sweet.
really
So sweet.
happy, bold pinks, fun colours.
Yeah.
They're all different. So I'm kind of client-led, which is part of the joy in connecting
Yeah.
with people in that way.
For anyone who's at home, there are so many people who are looking for that joy. It's not for everyone, but it really did work out. Like the big smile on your face, you love what you do.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
And I mean, as emotional as some of the stories are, it's something's really uplifting for people. They enjoy the experience of getting the text saying, here's a bit of progress on your painting, and then having the forever piece in their home.
Lovely. It's called Quaint Baby Art. You can find it, of course, online, which is really where you had the bravery to put it up first. Laura Steerman, thank you so much,
So much.
for coming in and chatting to us
so
today.
much.
It's lovely. Thank you so much. Tommy is over there. Look.